Well, Doggo is taking me for my daily walk that she believes I need. And while she's doing that, I just want to tell you guys about how I have saved a few bucks, or in this case, saved my company a few bucks. I've not had air conditioning in the front of the truck for over a week due to a malfunctioning blower motor. Now, I've had air in the bunk at night, but not up in front during the day. It's kind of miserable, especially down in Texas where it's quite hot. Salt Lake City was no picnic either. And as you can see, I'm out here walking around a truck stop. Or I should say being led around a truck stop. Anyway, so I was pretty sure I had diagnosed the problem. So I went to a Volvo dealer, picked up a blower motor, and was going to have them do it, but they wanted 2.5 hours, and it was going to be several hours waiting time. They weren't even sure they'd even get me in that day, and I was not going to wait around because time is money, and the more you wait, the more you lose. So I hit the road, and I've just kept pushing it off because I was going to do it myself, but one thing leads to another, and the days are busy and long, and really wanted to do it in the daylight. And finally this evening, my 11 hours ran out a couple hours before dark, so I thought this was the perfect time to take care of this little issue. So when I was at the dealer, they had told me that the job was a 2.5 hour job. Now, if you're not a mechanic or familiar with flat rate tables for mechanics, there are slow, medium, and fast rates based on the average times required to do a given job by the average tech. So at 2.5 hours, and let's say it's on the low end of 140 bucks an hour, that's 350 bucks to put my blower motor in. Some dealers are over $200 an hour, like 201, 202, 203, somewhere in that range. But on the low end, it's going to be 350 bucks to put my blower motor in. So I figured that 2.5 hours meant you had to remove the entire dash assembly, take the steering wheel off, take the hood off, take the back tires off, dismount all the wheels and tires off the truck, and remove the sleeper from the truck just to get to the blower motor. So I got online and found a little video. I've never changed a blower motor on this particular model truck before. I wanted to make sure I knew how to do it so I wasn't wasting time. So I started the project at 7:33 this evening and completed it at 8:29. So less than an hour that it took me to do a job that I'd never done before. And there were several things that I had to play around with just to figure out. So either dealers are ripping us off, or they hire some of the slowest guys in the world. Anyway, so for your viewing pleasure, here is me saving some money. Well, guys, this is the uneventful trip. Back in behind that panel is one of these things. Front AC blower motor, which hasn't been working for about a week. So instead of sitting around waiting in the shop, I'm about to install it myself. So it's not real hard to do. Take this speaker cover off, remove the speaker. Down in behind that speaker is a couple of bolts we're going to get to here in a minute. Up and out, disconnect this, which requires two hands. Then you got to stick your knife up in there and go around, which I've already done. Pop this little jewel down so that you can slide this bottom piece out. Once you've got under this dasher, once you pop this down and removed the screw right back here and one right over here on this other side, this will slide out. That laying over there carefully out of the way. Now I've got to swing this back, pull this back. I've got this back, bolts out of the top, bolts out of the bottom. All right, let's see what we got. And voila, that is off and out of the way. Down in behind there is our blower fan. And that's where we're headed next. So there's all these little clips. That one right there have to come off carefully so that you don't lose them. Because if you lose them, you got nothing to hold it together with but chewing gum. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. Now I get them across the top up there too. Well, we got this loose. And there is the blower motor. That little booger right there, we hope, is the offending item. Before going to trouble putting this whole thing back together, I want to make sure this is actually the part, otherwise I can take it back. So I plugged it in, I've got it laying here. Go ahead and flip the switch over there, let's see what happens. Hey, look at there! Air conditioning! Alright, we have the new fan installed. Wires all tucked up in their little groove right here where they go. Ready to start reassembling. Oh yeah, up through the air. Feels so good. And I'll put that together over there. The truck needs a little cleaning, ignore that. Now the job completed, no delay at the shop. I'm already shut down for the evening and can't do any more driving, so we'll wait to spend the evening.